I've been scared to go to sleep because I think the factor of how like we're unconscious and we're also like it like literally fast forwards to the next day.
So, so what ended up happening was when I was laying down, I saw a figure that was hooded and was walking slowly up to me. It was like really slow, and they had a knife. I saw it, and I tried to move, but I could not move for the life of me. I was just stuck. He's
To
like
see what you would do, or I don't
even
know.
JoJo Siwa watching this.
What's up with you with JoJo Siwa, bro? Right before this episode, he's like, "Hey, do the JoJo Siwa intro," or what? He's like, "Do a JoJo Siwa impression." And I knew
There's
this
a
guy was talking about when she goes, "I want to know what's going on." And was it so? Hello and welcome to another episode of Manitos podcast. That was really laggy, but you know we're gonna get better every day. Not every day, every week. We're gonna practice it. You know what? We're gonna quit our jobs and just practice this podcast. Focus on the intro, nail it down, and then we're gonna reapply for our jobs. But anyways, I'm Elejayjay, accompanied by my brother, not from Toy Story.
Guys, I'm a little exhausted today. It's a little bright and early morning. Good morning, Manito. How are you doing today?
It is a bright one, I will say that. Not a bright one, it is an early one. You you have plans, so we decided that you know what? We're still going to get an episode out even though we have to wake up early. And I'm really happy that you texted me, "Hey, can we do one at 8 a.m. instead of hey, can we cancel this week?" Oh, it is not 8 a.m. You know, it took us an hour, but we're here and we're recording.
To be fair, we had not only did I have some technical difficulties, but it was kind of just it was a little bit of a hectic morning for whatever the reason.
I
My mic wasn't working, so like, what the heck? You what?
No, I was going to talk about it, but I go ahead and talk about your
No,
mic.
no, it's just I still don't know what happened. Like right now, this is why it's being in front of my face because usually I can have it out to the side and audio is fine. But for whatever reason, when we were trying to practice, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, no, it definitely is weird. I think even a little bit for me in the beginning. We recorded like I think like 30 seconds and I was really laggy. So, I don't know what it is. I think it's just the world saying, "Hey, stop your podcast." But we're like, "No. We're not going to stop the podcast. We're going to keep going." So, world, you can eat it, okay? We're going to talk about it. But I was going to say that for me it's a rough morning because I'll admit it, I have a terrible sleeping schedule and I go to bed at like 5 a.m. And it's not because like I'm up scrolling. I think for me it's like I substitute the scrolling and I just work, right? And I don't work a job that requires me to be on my screen 24/7. But for me it's just like I like to get things done. So might as well if I can get things done for the weekend or for the week, then I'll just rather start instead of scrolling and then working on a Monday. But I guess it works out because I kind of wake up pretty late, but I have all the work done already. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Would you have that schedule or would you kind of rather just wake up early and work and
I
be done by
person
like 5?
honestly, I always was a personal fan of a 6 to 2 or a 7 to 3. I don't know. It's just I wake up early. You get more of the rest of the day to yourself, and you actually have time to live and be a human and do whatever you want to do with that time. Because I feel like well, specifically with my job though, my job is with unpredictable hours. So I hear a little bit of an echo. Do you hear a little bit of an echo?
I do not know.
Okay, sorry. You can cut this part out. I'm so sorry. But no, yeah. So I just feel like with my routine, I feel like having a set schedule of first shift hours is what's best for me. I contemplated on second shift, but again, I just feel like you have only time to sleep really, unless you're a night owl and you do stuff when you go out, right? But I'm not sure. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like I don't know how you do
It's
it, honestly.
no, and it's funny because again, I think for me it's the beauty that I get to pick. when exactly I work compared to like having like only working from 9 to 5. Um, but I hopefully waking up at 5 a.m. to not 5 a.m. at 8 a.m. today with only getting 3 hours of sleep fixes my schedule. I'm gonna try really hard not to nap today. I know it's gonna be hard, but I think I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go out on a run outside. I'm gonna get more work done. Probably do my homework. So tomorrow we can watch the video. I don't even know how to say it. The mamá foto de cuando te tuve. Na, 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 beso.
Eso,
Dude, he won. How many Grammys did he win?
los
He won three
besos
Grammys.
que tuve,
Or I think
yeah.
more. Yeah, or three. Yeah.
I think he's won 6 in
Tell
total, something like that. I'm not
tell
sure,
me.
but I know it's 3.
So my brother is really into like last podcast. Yes, I only have one brother. My brother is really into the podcast. No, no, I'm sorry. My brother is really into doing your own research, right? So I would show him some shorts or some reels that I see, and he's like, that's either like he either just looks at it and doesn't really pay attention because he's like he doesn't care if it's true or not because he's gonna research it himself. So tell me if you think about this. What you think about this? I saw a reel and it said Bad Bunny, and you know how I don't know if you saw, but he was walking around like this the whole time at the Grammys, and his
Yeah.
his suit was a little bit poofy,
Oh my
right?
god.
And they were saying that I thought it was just his style, right? But they were saying that he was wearing that. He was dressed like that because he was wearing a bulletproof vest because he got a lot of death threats for going to perform at the Super Bowl.
I actually heard that for the first time yesterday,
Uh huh.
when I was talking to my boy Tabin, and he told me exactly what you just said, and I honestly did not peep that at all. Though, to be completely honest with you, I didn't realize how he actually dressed. So I think I need to go back and just kind of watch some clips of that because I then think I'd have a better idea. But I mean, the fact that I heard it twice now in less than the span of 24 hours, I think it's probably true that he would. I mean, I would not be surprised if he was getting that many death threats about him performing. I mean, look, they even what did TPUSA try doing right now? Like are doing they have their own separate halftime show. It's so goofy. It makes no sense.
Do
Like,
they? I didn't know that.
yeah, it's featuring Kid Rock and some other low tier artists that they've got to perform for them, and it's hilarious because like Balboni Baby, he has like more streams versus all of the people performing at TPUSA combined. And they're trying to say that they're going to make history and they're going to take it apart from the Super Bowl and that's what's going to happen. But let's be real. He's going to probably draw in. He's probably going to be in a world record for
Most viewed.
most viewed televised Super Bowl halftime show. Whereas they're gonna make small numbers, possibly maybe. I'm gonna be honest, there'll probably be at least 1,000 people tuning in for that bullshit. So they're gonna say and run with it that they had so many people viewing it that they took it away from the halftime show, but that's not true. But yeah, it's insane.
Let's see.
I hope he was taking care of himself though. Like he should be
Yeah,
wearing that because people are crazy.
they are. Today's world, today's society, people get killed for speaking their truth. So it's like, eesh, why, or just being who they are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get why it's a big deal that Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl. I don't, right? What is it like? United States of America. You can be who you want to be, and you have this opportunity to have a name for yourself in this country, but yet we're hating and bashing on the people that become successful in another um in another ethnic group, and it's like, like what happened to kind of being all lovey-dovey, like this is America, we want to root for you, like it contradicts itself, and I think it's very stupid. And I don't even think like it has to be with us being Hispanic. I think it's just like Bad Bunny's a really good singer, he's a really funny guy, and I think his persona and his brand really speaks up. So it's like, Why hate on the guy? What did the guy do? Sorry he's successful. Sorry he speaks Spanish. Sorry he makes music in Spanish. Like that for you not to like. It's like, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot. This is a big topic and we can go down it, but I think it's gonna be our opinion, whether it's factual or not. It's still our opinion, so people can think what they want. But I truthfully don't. I think it's awesome seeing that in America we're having this Latin singer sing at the Super Bowl, which is a huge televised event to promote that in America, where it's like, hey, like this is diversity, but people are denying that, and people are sending death threats to an amazing singer, which is really, really shameful and sucks that that's part of America. But anyways, I think we're forgetting to mention something. Um, it is really early, and we have eye bag masks on. Masks on. Try saying that 3 times. Um, we have them on, and we weren't gonna do it, but I was like, you know what? Let's be different. Let's wear them, right? Why not? I, you
No,
know,
no, yeah. I was gonna just, if it's okay before we moved on, can I say one last thing about the Bad Bunny thing? Because I do think you said some words
dime,
that
papi,
I
dime.
agree with wholeheartedly. Um, ¿Qué iba a decir? Tin, 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 tin. ¿Qué iba a decir? Um, it was something you said about um letting him, like him putting us on the map and stuff, like just overall Hispanic people and letting those that identify as Latinx, whatever. What's it called? A lot of the things that makes me, one of the biggest things that makes me laugh about the whole thing is that people are trying to say that they should have an American citizen perform. A man from Puerto Rico, a state within the 50 of U.S.
Yeah, it's
They are
rough.
saying
People,
they should get an American citizen, which he, what do you mean? Puerto Rico is part of America, so I'm not sure what and
and
uh,
guess what? And people who would say that they're not American citizens, the rich people go to Puerto Rico. Why? To pay less taxes. So
this is true.
you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like, how are you going to claim something that's not American, or he's not American because he's not part of the United States? And it's like, hey, you guys moved to this country clearly because it's better in taxes for you. So it's like, it's ironic that the people that hate him, well, actually, don't quote me on that. But I was going to say it's ironic people that hate him are the ones that would go to Puerto Rico for less taxes.
yeah,
But I
like
think it's
there's
Puerto Rico.
like there was a video too of people shaming ICE patrol agents or whatever the fuck. They were at a Mexican restaurant eating and they were identified as ICE agents and they were like filming them, shaming them. It was really funny because as they should. Like, what are you doing? And so, but I think right now, just to go back to what we were saying, it is early as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, well, it would have been earlier, but like I mentioned, some technical difficulties that were occurring here. You know, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good morning. Jason's got some good plans, so I think we can transition kind of right into a really good morning with a little bit of a turn of something spooky. Would you say that?
Spooky from on my block.
Why you do that shit, huh? I can't really do it with eye bags, but yeah.
No,
No,
it's not
you gotta
Halloween.
finish it. You gotta finish it. You gotta finish it. Do the
What does he say?
this shit
Is
don't
she
want
real,
so.
homie?
Yeah, this shit's real.
What do you take anything? What do you want? They
And
got all
then
the candy.
the next scene. I mean, honestly, that's some real cool brother love. That's some cool brother
Yeah.
love. But
Watch On My Block if you haven't. I rewatched it already. I might even rewatch it again. Good show. I wish they continued. Well, I guess it ended correctly, but um,
I'll remind you, there's a spinoff that only did one season, but eh,
spin-offs never last, brother.
yeah, but like you do watch it and you're like, eh, it's okay. Devi's bad boy boyfriend is in it, I think, in that season. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I remember.
Crack Shell
Another great
2.
episode to watch. Not episode. Another great
Never Have
show
I
to
Ever.
watch.
Series. That's a great
Never Have
series.
I Ever. And this episode is going to be spooky. We're going to be talking about paranormal paranormal stuff that we've experienced. I have some stories. My brother has some stories. So, you want to scare the people first, or you want me to go?
Please lead the way, little bro.
So it all started back in 1989 when this house. No, I'm joking. I wasn't even born in 1989. Anyways, so my first
It's
story, my first story is a story where it's the first. So it was after my first um, year at college. What happened? Where'd the lights go? It was after my first year of college, and I came home, and it was literally the first day I came home, the first night. And I remember it was when I didn't have a room yet, so I was bouncing between, your room and Lori's room, and I slept in sister's room, and at like 3 a.m., I feel like a presence over me, literally just like from I Am Legend, literally like that, right? And I wake up because I hear like my heart is gonna come out of my chest, literally coming out of my chest, and I like I don't know, like I like opened my eyes like this, and it was a black figure. And I thought it was mom, right? And I wanted to say like mom, right? But it was like I couldn't. So I like turned around, so I was facing against it, and then same thing. I'm like, it's just a dream. It's just a dream. It's just a dream. And then same thing. My heart is pounding, and then the black figure goes closer to me, and then I'm like I wanted to scream, shout, and everything. Not the song from Will I Am, but I wanted to literally scream. But I was like, in movies, they go towards the thing. But for me, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to sleep, and I went back to sleep. And till this day, I think I only ever experienced it one other time. Same same thing. Someone standing over me or someone watching me. It was pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. But that's the first short story I have. We might make a book after this. Call it not scary stories to tell in the dark, but scary stories to tell in a podcast.
ooh, I actually like that title. Um, did you feel anything?
Yeah, I felt like I literally like imagine if someone is literally just standing over you. That's what I felt. Because you feel a presence when they're not even like a presence of like a spirit, but you feel like if a human is literally standing right next to you, you feel like their body heat, and that's what I felt, and that's why I thought it was like mom, because I was like, you know what, like what is mom doing? Like you good? It's like I don't know what time it was, but it was like really like mid mid 3 a.m. And they do say that the spirits walk out at 3:15. I don't know if they say that or if that was just in a movie, but it was around that time, and ever since I heard that, I get scared at 3:15 when I'm awake and be like, "Oh, walking around."
What's that time they say that word he be coming out at night one time at
3:15.
3:33? Oh, it's at 3:15.
Oh, actually, I don't know. I've only heard 3:15. Everyone comes out
Oh my god. Oh my god.
like
What's that
in
movie? What's that movie? Oh my god. Oh
Conjuring when the
my
clock
god.
stops.
Oh my god. I'm so scared. That
Yeah,
shit, honestly, Conjuring's scary as hell. Conjuring is
it
one of the
is, bro. Cause
scariest.
think about it. It's like it was like my first night back, and I'm just like, you know, what is this summer gonna hold? And I ended up telling mom and everything, and you know, when I think with paranormal activity stuff or paranormal stuff, like regardless if like you believe your child or not, that's a sensitive topic. So it's like mom, like it's like, hey, like we can, go get holy water and just bless the house or go and talk to someone because that's something that at least for me I wouldn't play around with.
So
I don't know
did
about for you. I don't know if you would do an Ouija board or something like that, but I'm
Hell no.
turning
Mama
the
taught us
other way.
better. Mama taught us better. I would never do no Ouija board. Hell no. But
Watch the Fro always wanted to do it.
yeah, and at our place too. Like, but what I wanted to ask was, what did mom say? Did you guys bless the house? I don't remember this.
We did not bless the house, but
So we still got at the house.
yeah, I think it just follows me. I think it's just
Oh my god, J-
either the
it looked like
what do they call him? The Grim Reaper.
something's behind.
Yeah, bro. Every time we record this
Something's behind
episode,
you.
this mirror is bright, but now it's black. What you mean by that? What does that got to do? You know what I mean? Like,
Black one.
is, is it in the room right now? Do you believe that? Oh, so do you believe
I
in
feel like I can't be
evil
as
spirits?
expressive because my eyes and shit. What's up?
I know mine are already coming off.
Yeah. It's
You
almost time
believe
to
in
take it
evil
off anyway.
spirits?
I'm gonna be honest. One thing that our parents taught us, in regards to that, is that the more you believe in it, the more power you give it. But I don't want to be. Um, I don't want to not acknowledge that there's some kind of entity that's out there that's stronger, and it might not even be being right. It's something, right? Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. All I know is that so long as I don't give that type of energy into that, I'll be safe. But if it's okay, I think that kind of segues into what I actually want to touch base back on that sleep paralysis story, like you were mentioning. But if it's okay, kind of talking about what we're doing now with spirits, is that okay if I kind of talk about this now?
No, episode over.
Okay.
Of course, dude.
Welcome to
Let's
another
talk.
episode of Manitos.
We're
um,
actually gonna re-record everything. Scratch everything. I'm joking.
okay. I was like, did I? We dead? Are we dead ass? No. How do you do it? Are we being dead ass? Anyway, so what had happened was, uh, I came home for it was during college break or something, and I was watching a movie with my mother and my father. Those were the only three people at home. Uh, so we were watching for what was going to be my third time the movie Smile 2. Okay. So while we're watching Smile 2, they say they aren't that scared, but I could tell they were scared, or at least they enjoyed it, right? Because there were scenes that were scary as shit. Or I'm sorry, Smile 1, it wasn't Smile 2. So while we're watching Smile 1, the movie's over. Pop says it's not scary, whatever. Right. So then he goes to the room, and I'm talking to him, saying goodnight. And then mom goes to her room. She says goodnight. I say goodnight to her, and then I take out a dog. I take out Bella, and so while I'm outside, I'll never forget hearing Jackie. Yeah. What's up, pops? Because at that time, like when bro was in the home, that room Jakey's in to JJ's. Well, so if you're looking at the screen of Jason, Jason, point to your left shoulder. No, yeah, they. Okay, good. Yeah, I was gonna say that's his left shoulder. So to the left shoulder, to the left of that shoulder, that's where the bed is, and that's where the window is. Okay, so right there is where I thought he was saying Jackie. Okay, and I say thought because this is where. Let me say this. So then I'm like, "What's up? What?" And then I'm just like, whatever. And I guess I was like, oh, I'm tripping, right? And then I'm walking over again, and then Bella's still doing it. And then again, I hear, Jackie. And then I was like, what? And then I turn around and I go to the window again, and I knock on the window this time, and there's no answer. So then I go inside after I clean Bella, and I'm like, fucking dad, his bitch ass is trying to scare me. He's like trying to be like, oh, so that's what's going on in my mind. So I go, and I confront him after I clean Bella. I'm like, and when I walk in, he's snoring. So like I heard the snoring right when I walked in, and he was right. And so when I walked in, I slapped him on the shoulder, And I was like, Goofy, why are you trying to scare? Like, why would you try to scare me? Huh? That didn't work. And he's, huh? So keep in mind, like I said, he was low key already sleeping when I said goodnight. Like I even said goodnight to him. So like he's a fast sleeper, but like I don't know if I bought that. So then I just kept telling him, I was like, nah, you tried to scare me. And then he looks at me and goes, I did not scare you. But if you want, we can go back outside. And what did you say? I said? And then I said, you called my name. You said Chucky. He said, Mijo, I didn't call you, but go outside. And I'll call you again. I'll say your name. And I'm like, yeah, right. You're just going to say that you called my name and I'm not going to hear it this time because I'm outside. And he goes, go get your mom. Tell her to come stand next to me and I'll call your name just like how you said. And she'll make sure that I yelled it. And you tell me if it sounds the same. And I was like, no, you. Okay. And then I kind of like went off on him. I was like, nah, whatever. And so I remember I took that as a loss because I remember when I went upstairs, I texted my brother and my sister and I texted them about it where I was just like, dude, this happened. And I remember in that moment, even now to that day, I'm like, I do believe that it wasn't him. And I think it was just because it was in my low key in my mind, right? I know I heard it, but I don't know where it came from. But I do know they say with spirits that you do they there are there like they take shape and form and of things that like of people right? So like the voice that they may have used may have sounded like Pops, but it wasn't Pops. You know what I mean? But the fact is, the matter is that that shit was scary because I was outside by myself and I heard it not once, but I heard it twice. So that do you remember when I texted you and Laura about that, Jay?
Yeah, yeah, I remember the story. I think like a question is that not question, more like not saying like you said you believe that it wasn't him, but also too, it's like there's a huge like a brick wall, in between the window, like in between the window and outside. So it's like if it was dad, he would have to almost like scream your name, but also scream it in a way where he's still like Jackie. You know what I mean?
So you see, that's why I mean, that's why I know I was like,
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah,
said it
yeah,
was, that's why I took a loss that day because I'm like, I don't want to confirm it because if he's telling me the truth, I, I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know. Honestly, like it's
yeah.
kind of scary. Like that's like I said, like that's a moment that I do remember vividly because that was recent within the past 5 years, and not just that, but motherfucker, how how they know my apodo, bro? How they know my apodo? How they know my nickname? How y'all do that? They the FBI? They the police? The
Hey,
hell?
last episode we talked about everyone's listening or everyone's watching. Everyone's watching
No, it feels
to
like.
see what you would do, or I don't
Even
know if
JoJo
that's
Siwa watching us.
What's up with you with JoJo Siwa, bro? Right before this episode, he's like, "Hey, do the JoJo Siwa intro," or what? He's like, "Do a JoJo Siwa impression." And I knew
There's
this
a.
guy was talking about when she goes, "I want to know what's going on in your new video." And was it? So before we continue, like, let's take a break. What's up with you with JoJo Siwa, man?
There's a shoot. It was from a Nickelodeon show of that. Oh man, I'm blanking on the name, but it was that. Hey, that
Yeah,
little
yeah,
Rugrat
not right.
dude. You know what I'm saying? He's not a Rugrat or whatever. I don't know, but that dude, that one dude from, pretty sure it was Nickelodeon. What was it?
Yeah, yeah,
Was it
yeah.
not Nickelodeon?
No, I know what you're talking about. I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
And so they were saying that used to be JoJo Siwa, and then because like that's just how she was, and then she turned like conservative or whatever. I don't know actually if she's conservative or not, but like I do know she went left to right real quick. But yeah, so when I saw that
I won-
meme,
I
I was
wonder.
like, you wonder what?
I was gonna talk about another meme, but go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So when I saw that, I just wanted to know if Jason could do the impression of
Yeah,
JoJo Siwa. So then right
it's not
now, I'll
really
just
hard.
take it to JoJo Siwa.
All you gotta do is new videos every Wednesday.
What's up, guys? That's funny. All right, what was the other meme? JoJo Siwa, we're not hating, by the way. So if you wanna say what up, say what up.
Yeah, Jojo Siwa, well, come on to the podcast if you want. We'll love to have you if this ever reaches your timeline. If someone clips this and tags you,
That's fun. But what's the meme?
the meme, the meme is I don't know. It cracks me up all the time. But the meme is when this one guy goes in the drive-through and they ask him if he wants to try the whatever special, and he says, "Hell no." And they're like, "Hi, what can I get you then?" He's like, "Can I get a two-piece combo of the thing the guy just said?" And then he goes, "Bruh." And then like it clips to him just to the guy in the drive-through like like just mimicking sounds like just like alien sounds. And then I don't know. It cracks me up all the time. I don't know why. It cracks me up all the time. And it just I don't know, it's funny if I ever see it, I'll send it to you. So also the meme that goes the guy comes in and they're like he doesn't even say his name or anything, but he walks in and they all pop the balloons and then they point to the girl saying like why'd you pop the balloon? It was the fit for me and it was also was the glasses and he's like, I can't see?
I
But
do
no,
like that one.
it's what brain rot, right? It's what we have now. So
I think the balloon one was funny, dude. That one was funny. Okay, that reminds me, really quick. I just wanted to shout out J. Cole real quick, because I just remembered that Jason, you haven't listened to him, but I've already listened to the album 3 times. It's an hour 40 or something like that. 12 songs, 2 discs, 24 songs in total. Really good, really good. So if you haven't listened to it, listen to it. Just really quick. Just wanted to plug my boy J. Cole. J.
the
Cole,
only the only
Jermaine.
the only album I've ever listened to as it released was XXX Tentacion's 17 again, or not the movie 17 I think it's called.
That was popular when it came out in high school.
And I remember I had a candle on and everything, and I like fell asleep to it because like the first couple first couple songs are very like
You had a
um
candle? Listen to XXX.
um yeah, because I think it was at the phase where I didn't want to have my light on, so I just had a candle on. It also
Good
smells
look.
good, so hate it or love it, bro. Like if you're gonna clown me for having a candle on, that's on
No.
you,
What else?
right?
Did you have some tissue paper next to you or something?
Anyways, I wake up to that song on the album when he's screaming, and I got so scared I turned it off and I never listened to another album again.
Speaking of that, can I actually tie it back to also your sleep paralysis now? Is that cool?
My sleep paralysis.
Remember when you felt the standing over you?
Sam, Sam, come on,
That's what the name is.
Sam.
Sam. I thought it was. I was actually talking about I Am Legend yesterday with a friend yesterday. That's funny that. Wow, the way the world works. Anyway, so there was one time I was in high school, right, and I was doing my homework late, and I slept with the light on by accident. But it was like I forgot what time it was, but all I remember was when I fell asleep, I was laying down. I knew the light was on, and I felt all the way from the end of the bed. I'm sorry, from the end of the room to where the bed was. So Jason, at the time, I don't know if you could picture up in my room to the left. So open the door to the left was where the bed was, and it was facing that way, right? So there was a little bit of space to walk straight down. Like right when you open the door, you could turn left and then go right up. So, so what ended up happening was when I was laying down, I saw a figure that was hooded and was walking slowly up to me. It was like really slow, and they had a knife. I saw it, and I tried to move, but I could not move for the life of me. I was just stuck. I just literally couldn't move. And then I remember the knife that they grabbed and how they stabbed me repeatedly. And I remember a single tear coming down here. And so I remember the next morning when I was getting ready and I saw mom in the morning, she asked me why I was staying up so late. And I was like, what are you talking about? She said, I heard you walking around 2, 3 in the morning. And I was just like, but I wasn't. And so mom, I remember I did cry that day because I remember mom was telling me that she heard someone. And I was like, so like you're telling me that I didn't imagine that? And that there actually was someone stabbing me? Like, what you mean? Like, because I wasn't walking at 2, 3 in the morning. I was asleep. I was supposed to be doing homework, but I was asleep, baby. So that shit was scary. That shit was real scary.
It probably was the same person that was hovering over me.
Honestly, the fact that you didn't do the blessing, you
It
should do it
probably
now.
is.
You should do it now before I go home now. I ain't
I
trying
ain't
to go to
coming
my
home until
room.
the house blessed. I'll tell you that.
I tell you that much, baby. Bless the house, I'll come there. I'll be a blessing there too. But I ain't gonna go if the house ain't blessed, baby.
I think. Oh, I actually had a fear of sleeping. I don't know why, but it was. for quite a bit of time. Like it wasn't even like me being scared of the dark. I think like I was just scared of sleeping. I think it had a lot like this is recent. Like this is like I've noticed this of myself because when I was younger I was scared of the dark. But like recently I've been feeling like I've been scared to go to sleep because I think the factor of how like we're unconscious and we're also like it like literally fast forwards to the next day, right? Like you have dreams and everything, but like you literally go to bed and you wake up this next day. And I think for me that's scary because I don't know, it's like simulates time going by. Pardon me, but I just think that I don't know. I think it was like towards my senior year of college. Like I was just like I don't want to go to sleep, and I couldn't. Even if I tried to, I couldn't. I could not for the life of me go to sleep. I would hate myself. I would be up at night and just like tossing and turning. Like I couldn't. I could not go to sleep.
Um, is it like didn't we talk about this recently?
I think so. We talk a lot about things, but yeah,
I
probably.
feel like no, it's just because like I remember when we talked about it, with the sleep thing. That's what I was saying. Like that's why with the concept of sleep, it's always been crazy because there's not really a study as to why. It's our body literally shutting down and us playing movies of people that star in them of who we know. You know, even if it's someone that we saw at the grocery store for 5 seconds, they're the new movie star in the film that you're watching in your head. Like, how do you explain that to aliens? Like, what the hell? Like, what do you do for 8 hours of your day or at a minimum of five? You know, well, my body lays down on a box that supports my neck and back, so I don't wake up in pain. Like, what? Are you not scared someone's gonna come up and like do something? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird. But so like for me though, I can relate to the fear of like scare of sleep, but it's kind of different. It's more so honestly because I've been starting to kind of feel like and acknowledge that like I don't want to take life for granted, and the fear of not knowing if you'll go in your sleep or if you'll wake up or see the next day. Because again, the best thing is that not every day is promised. So that's, I guess, it kind of correlates. I guess it's not the fear of dying, but it's more so the fear of not living. And I know that's cliche to hear, but like, that's just how a baby feels.
Live your dreams. Don't just sleep them.
So
Live them.
live your life.
um, I think I don't know. I think for me, um, it's just scary. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I fear going to sleep sometimes. Um, but I don't know. That's just me, and I think like having weird dreams as well. I think it makes me not want to go to sleep because it's like I don't want to dream that, right? It's just I don't know. It's stupid. Another topic, but I think one more scary story before we kind of wrap up here was when we were kids. We were playing a game. I don't know what it was, but we were just chasing each other around, and I literally saw what I thought was you go into the bathroom. So I even say out loud, "Bro, you're dumb. I literally just saw you." Right? Like give up. Walk into the bathroom, turn on the lights, no one there. And I'm like, you know what? This guy is hiding behind the shower. No one there. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Turn off the lights, walk away. And then you enter through the front door of the house.
So you,
And yeah, go ahead. I what were you gonna ask? I saw someone run into the bathroom.
yeah.
Yes, I saw someone run into the bathroom as if they were playing with us. So
How old?
I don't remember, but I know it. Maybe even in high school, bro.
So we saw this little ghost in our house. So we just told three stories right now of an entity that actually live in our house, and we're just realizing it right now.
Yeah.
We saw that
Are we
little
gonna
motherfucker. We saw that little fucker grow.
are we gonna do something about it? Nope.
Mama ain't gonna bless the house.
I don't know. I mean, she's gotten holy water from the church, but it's not for that specific thing. Wow, it is really early in the morning, and that's why I yawned. But yeah, I literally saw what I thought was you run into the bathroom, and I literally spoke to you. I was speaking to it as I was speaking to you, like saying like, "Bro, you're dumb. No one there. This motherfucker in the bath in the shower. Open the shower. Ain't there? No, ain't nobody there." Like, all right, you know what? You win. Walk out the house. Walk out the bathroom. Turn off the lights. As soon as I do that, man, you walk into the door. Walk into the house from the front door, and the front door overlooks the bathroom. So you literally, you know, and I'm just like, okay,
There was
that's
there's one last thing that I would like to add to, if that's okay, Jakey. The time that I was very young in the home, and I remember seeing a shadow in sister's room. I remember I thought it was, I don't know if I thought it was you or if I thought it was Lori, but all I remember was that I was one of the last ones in the house. And I was getting something, and I remember when I walked in, I saw a shadow of it was similar to my side too. So I always that's why I always thought I was like scared of what the shadow was, because I remember the shadow was running and I was standing still. And then I remember when I went to the side and I looked like that, I didn't see anything. But when I turned around, I still saw a shadow. But then when I turned the light on, it was gone. And then I heard Lori call me. She's saying, "Andy, let's go." And so then I just went downstairs, and then that's it. Like I just never saw it again. It was just I remember that shadow. I remember I was wearing a traje y todo. I was wearing like a coat todo, but like I don't know what it was. But all I remember was seeing that shadow was running away, running around.
um that kind of
This is
reminds me that in my last year of college, I saw this little boy um in random spots. It'd be like if I'm driving and I look up in my rear view window, he was behind me. I think I saw him 3 times, and it was I don't know. It could be like I was growing up. It could be anything really, right? But like there was a little boy in just in my field of vision that I can physically see, and I don't know, it was scary because I didn't know what to think about. I didn't know what it represented. I didn't know anything. So that is the last thing I remember paranormal wise that happened. Besides the fear of sleeping, which is kind of like every day, but
so to end it, let me ask you this. What do you think moving forward one could do to feel what they would like to feel in those moments? So, like for myself, and it's kind of fill in the blanks for whatever, like for myself, I would like to feel safe. So, what I would want to do is, although I'm not the most religious, rely on prayer, um, but also try to, again, put that thought into and energy into other things rather than the negative. Just like I mentioned, the more you believe and lean into it, the more power you provide it. But and again, that's the saying that our parents told us, or at least me, when I talked about that.
I
And
think,
so, what do you think?
yeah, I think that last bit that you said, the more power you give it, the more like power you give it. So I think that definitely has everything in life. Not even regarding uh like scary stuff. The more power you give to something, the more control it has over you. Take it however you want to take it. But I think for me, I don't know. I really don't like, especially with like paranormal stuff. Like I'm not dealing with that, man. Like if it's really bad, a really bad nightmare or whatever, like I'll tell someone. But it's just like I'm not. I'm gonna avoid it to prove that it's not there, to prove that it's not real. Don't obviously take my like, oh, I'm gonna do what he does, but like it's just like for me, that's just how I'm gonna deal with it. Like, why would I? Obviously, because it's funny in haunted house when they try to do that, when they try to ignore the entity, and Marlon
I
Wayne.
don't give a fuck.
Not that part when they're just there, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna drink coffee," and he gets the coffee and it slams it, right? And
Oh
then
yeah,
they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, "Huh," and then the pots fall, and he's like, "Huh, probably was loose." You know what I mean? Like they're just ignoring it. Obviously, if it got to that point, that's a different story, right? But I think like things like that, I don't know. I tend to ignore it. Um, should someone deal with that? I don't know. I think like you said, you have to believe it in order for it to be real.
I actually recently too heard that there was someone in their family that believed the superstition that if you even watched scary movies at your home, you were inviting scary entities into that home as well. And that kind of tricked me out because like I feel like I could watch scary stuff, but like I don't know, now I'm kind of second guessing it cuz now at least alone, you know what I mean? Cuz I'm like I don't know. But like
To watch, I like to watch scary movies because of like the sound effects it has, and especially if you have like a home theater setup, that is it's a nice time, right? But I mean, if a good like scary movie comes out, like I'm not gonna go out and watch it by myself. Like I'll go out and watch it with a friend.
I would
Um,
watch it by myself.
you would
But hell yeah.
like
Hell
in
yeah.
theaters and everything.
Yeah, why not? I mean, of course I would ask around, but if no one wants to go and I really want to watch the movie, I'll do that.
Well, yeah, but I'm not talking about in terms of like it being weird going by yourself. I just think it's like, why would I just go watch a scary movie like that's? I don't know. They don't make scary movies like they used to anymore, though. I'll tell you that they don't.
Just to be scared. You go to the
They
scary movie
used
to be
to.
scared.
There used to be really, really, really scary movies.
This is
But
true.
not no, but nothing now anymore. But what you got going on for the rest of the day?
Rest of the day, my buddy's gonna be coming up. I'm gonna have to do some homework while he's in a delay. I'm also get some breakfast right now. Make me some egg with some sausage lime and protein shake.
You're gonna make
Um,
it. Or you're gonna buy it.
I'm gonna make it right now.
Oh,
And then what's it called? We might go to this thing called Mitten Fest, and I don't know, but yeah, no, it's just gonna be a chill day, and then tomorrow Super Bowl, baby, bow boney, bye bye. What about you, little bro? You gonna enjoy your run? How far running?
bro, so I'm going by increments of 3 weeks. So this phase of 3 weeks is 3 miles, 3.5, and 4 miles. And then it goes back to 3 miles. And then today I'm just gonna run. On weekends I'm just running a mile and a half.
Nice. Okay.
But the weather is nice, and I want to change it up because the fucking oops, sorry, the treadmill that we have is like on an incline. So it's like my calves are killing me, bro. Like I'm gonna have some strong calves, but
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna because it's a mile and a half. I'm going to run it outside. So change up the scenery a little bit. But I don't know. I'm not feeling tired, so I definitely probably won't sleep. I don't want to because I want to try to fix my sleeping schedule where I wake up a little bit earlier. Um, but yeah, I think right now I was gonna edit this video to post on an Instagram account and then probably just do some homework, bro. Get some stuff done so tomorrow I'm not really. It's weird because I don't like to not do anything. So it's like if I do all my work now, it's like what am I gonna do tomorrow? Like yeah, I can rest and stuff like that, but it's like do I really want to? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I like to stay active. So
Yeah. So, bro, please, the wise words of the ending podcast.
the wise words ending. I would say, and it kind of maybe relates to the career thing we have, but recently I've been really, really focused on becoming a really, really great person who works in marketing in terms of making content creation, in terms of knowing how to improve your followers and just the whole realm of it. Because I think this area, like marketing's always been there, right? But like this phase of social media engagement is the next big thing if it's not already. So if you can get into the niche right now, then I definitely would. But I would say that no matter what, don't stop learning, right? I literally read a 60-page PDF. First ever 60-page PDF. It had some pictures, right? But first ever 60-page PDF that I read on how to become a better strategic marketer. Marketers, I don't know if marketer is a word. Maybe I have to research my own field of study on that. Never stop learning, because at the end of the day, it really is up to you on how you dictate your life. You want to be the best at something, I think you definitely could. It just takes some discipline. And another thing I would say is patience is key. I posted what now? Like, I'm helping. Side note: I'm helping this one guy with his marketing his gym, and I posted around maybe like 20 reels already. And it's like, man, he's not a million followers now. It's not a million views. Like, what am I doing wrong? But I have to remember myself that, like, patience. It's not. Of course, you can get viral overnight, right? But to become successful in that, I think it's patience. It wraps up. Never stop learning, and just go for what you want. I think a year ago, if you asked me a year ago today, if this is what I was gonna do, I would have said no. Like, I'm definitely doing something else. So and another one, if life takes you off a path, it's gonna bring you to a better one. So I don't know. I guess those are the three things. A little choppy. It's 10 a.m. This episode, I think, was a little back and forth, but we got it done. We got it recorded. We're holding each other accountable. So that's kind of my closing statement for today.
Wise words, brother. Close us out.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of Manitos podcast. I'm Elejayjay, accompanied by my brother Nat from Toy Story, and we shall see you at the next one.